Hey guys, it's Andy with RE/MAX Associates and Team of the Century. I hope you're doing well. Today we're diving into an opportunity that may be a game changer for you, FHA 203K loans. We're going to get into that in this video. Hey guys, thanks again for joining me today. So 203K loans, what are they? How can they change your opportunities out there? 203K loans are also known as rehab loans. And what this is a single loan for you to purchase a property that needs a lot of repairs. So let's talk about some of the pros and a few of the cons of what that looks like for you. So the first and probably one of the nicest things about doing a 203K loan is you're going to take an existing property that could be 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, however old it is, and do all the upgrades on that property. You get to pick the colors of the paint. You get to pick the finishes of your countertops and your cabinets. You get to do all the upgrades on the property, and you're the one who gets to decide those things, similar to what somebody would go through when they're purchasing a new property, but you're going to be able to do this on an existing home and not have to wait so long in the year or whatever the process is right now for a brand new home. Okay, so number two on the pro side is that this is a very convenient and flexible loan. And here's what I mean by this. You're going to take the purchase price of the home in its current condition now, plus all the repairs, and you're going to combine that into one loan. So you're not going to have to close multiple times to do a second mortgage or something to get the repairs done. You're not going to have the cash sitting on hand in order for you to do the repairs on the home. It's all going to be included. The way that this works is that you go under contract on the property at its current value. So whatever that is and whatever the purchase negotiation that you've done with your real estate agent and your lender to get the property, then you're going to have 3 bids come in from professional contractors on the home, and it has to be 3, and you don't necessarily get to pick them. There's an FHA consultant who helps you pick those 3 contractors. They give you bids for the upgrade you want to do to the home. From there, the FHA consultant is going to help you pick the right contractor to do the bid, and then you get to go through the whole process. You're going to be picking colors, you're going to be picking all that stuff, but it's all combined under one loan. So you're going to have one closing, and it's an FHA loan, which means low down payment, easy access to get in, 3.5% down typically for your FHA loans. All right, so number 3 on the pro side is your first-time home buyer. This is available to you. This is typically a first-time home buyer program, but it's not only. You can do this even if you've owned a home in the last little bit, even if you're selling a home right now and purchasing another home. FHA does not stand for First-Time Home Buyers Assistance. This is a federal program that is out there that is federally guaranteed, but you can use it over and over and over again throughout your life. But it is a huge advantage for a first-time home buyer who hasn't built up equity in a property in order to do these kinds of repairs on their own. This is something that can get you and it can get you into a property, and it can open up a bigger inventory for you. Typically, you wouldn't go look at a home that's in ill repair because it's not going to qualify for FHA. Well, if you're looking at doing the 203K loan, you can still go look at those properties and put in a bid for those. All right, number 4 on the pro side, and the last pro that I'm going to talk about here is there is a huge amount of repairs that you can do on the property. In my research of doing this, I've seen a lot of articles out there that say you can only do up to $35,000 in repairs for the second part of the loan. You know, you close on the first, you have the repair costs, right, that are rolled into your loan. That's not true. As long as you get the repairs done by a professional and you have the bids for them, you can go all the way up to the loan limits in your area for FHA. Each area is different across the state and across the country. So what I mean by this is you do the $300,000 purchase of the property, but let's say it needs $200,000 in repairs. You're going to be able to go all the way up to that $200,000 mark as long as the property will appraise for that after the repairs are done, and your loan limits for FHA are above $500,000. In Salt Lake County, not a big deal. We can definitely do that. So you have a minimum of $5,000 in repairs that have to be done, but you can go all the way up to the FHA loan limits in your area. All right, so let's talk about some of the cons on this loan, and there's not a lot of them, and I don't feel like they're even close to the pros at all. So first con on purchasing with a 203K loan is it does have to appraise for the upgraded value. So you're gonna have two appraisals that happen you're gonna have two forms of appraisal that happen at the time of your appraisal. It's gonna appraise for the value that it's currently in, and needs to appraise for that, and then it needs to appraise for the value after all of the repairs are done. So for example, if you bought a home and it's $300,000 and you need to do about $50,000 in repairs, it's going to have to appraise for at least $350,000. The nice thing is typically after those repairs are done, it's going to appraise for much more most of the time, but it has to at least fit within that process. So yes, you can pick out your colors and you can pick out your finishes, but are you going to be able to pick out that Wolf gas stove that's, you know, $7,000? Probably not, unless you're doing a 203K loan in a luxury community. All right, the second con on doing this is they do take longer. You're going to need a seller who's more flexible with you because you're having an FHA consultant and you have to get these bids turned in and you're picking out all of the upgrades and everything. It's going to take longer than your standard 30-day loan, which is pretty standard in the market right now. So you're looking at 45 to 60, maybe up to 90 days, just depending on who your agent is and who the consultant is, and who, even maybe more important, is who your lender is. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but the lender is super important. So it does take longer. You have to have a seller that's more flexible. All right, and number three on the con side, and it's kind of sort of a con, is this is an FHA loan, so you have to stay in the property. You have to be buying the property with the intention of living there for a minimum of 1 year. This is not a loan that an investor can use to buy the property, never live in it, flip it, use that leverage of the 203K loan to do the repairs, and then turn around and sell it. Not going to fly with these kind of properties. So you do have to have the intention of staying there. So it kind of cuts out investors for the most part. So let's talk about a success story that we've had. So we did one of these a few years back. They're not the most common loans, but they are something that, you know, to have in your quiver here could be a huge advantage for you. We were able to negotiate a great price on a property with a ton of land, but that home needed a lot of work. We ended up being able to get a great price on it. We had a lender who was ferocious and tenacious at getting the FHA consultant and the contractors to get their part of the deal done. That's one of the big things on this, is you really need a lender who is going to really go after this for you, that you're important to them. Our lender that we had help us with this was on the ball and took care of it. It's one of those things that even though I work with a lot of great lenders, if I were working at a 203K loan, I would specifically go to him. So we were able to get a good price. We were able to negotiate because of the lender, all of the bids and everything with the FHA consultant. And then we closed on the property and we got all of the work done, and our clients absolutely loved it. They removed a wall, they redid the whole kitchen, they repainted the whole house, redid flooring. There's a ton of different stuff. There's a lot of opportunities out there right now in the market that you see that an investor is gonna go look at, because that's the only person who's going to be able to buy the property. Well, if you're out there with your real estate agent, make sure that they know about this 203K loan, because if it's something you're willing to travel down that process and do that, it could be a huge advantage for you, because you're going to be able to see just a lot more properties out there than if you're only looking at a standard FHA loan. Okay guys, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or just direct message me. We can get the ball rolling on a 203K loan, and especially you first time home buyers, make sure you pay attention to this one. This could be a game changer for you. Thanks so much. Have a good day.